Welcome to Natural Nutmeg's Lunch and Learns. This is Dr. Diane Hayden, and these are our weekly podcasts that I do with our local practitioners and holistic business owners in Connecticut. I am excited to have with me today Peter Dodge and Joyce Logan. Peter was an integral part of creating a vegetarian marketplace for the community in 1977 with a group of yogis who wanted to share their mind, body, and spirit connection lifestyle to the public. The philosophy that existed 45 years ago still exists today, says owner Peter Dodge of Edge of the Woods Market. While others in that group went into different directions, Peter's vision and passion only increased. Today, he still owns and runs the store along with his wife, Fran, and two sons, Justin and Nathaniel, and grandson, Alvin, who in addition to their full-time duties are also heavily involved in a number of charity efforts worldwide and in the US. From providing food, education, and even music lessons to families in Haiti, to helping victims to rebuild their homes during the many hurricanes we've experienced along the East Coast over the years. Edge of the Woods Market is located at 379 Whaley Avenue in New Haven, and their website is www.eotwm.com. So welcome, Peter and Joyce. How are you today?
We are well.
Fine.
Thank you, Diane.
Yeah, awesome. I'm so glad to have you guys today. And Joyce is your public relations director, correct? So she's going to give us some marketing insight today too. But this is exciting for me because I don't normally get to interview business owners like this. It's mostly all practitioners. So I think you're going to bring a lot of different insight from, just being an entrepreneur in that way and having run a holistic style business for so many years, which is fantastic. You guys are actually in your 45th year, correct?
Getting close, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Next year,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's that old saying, right? Like most small businesses don't make it 5 years, right? When you've got 40 plus. That is just a testament to, how amazing, the store is and what you've been able to do for sure. So, I always like to start these podcasts by giving our listeners and viewers a little bit more insight into who you are. So tell me a little bit about, how you got the idea to open up a health food store in a market.
I come from Denver, where I had opened up a food co-op out there. When I came to New Haven, there was a couple of shops. There was our, New Haven Food Co-op and our food shop. And neither place really tickled my fancy. So after about a year, I decided to open a store, and we rented a place about a block from where we lived, rented on a handshake. I think our rent was $200 a month, and off we went. That was 45 years ago. We proceeded to buy that building, and then we moved it to another location, which is where we are now. And that's the old Whaley Theater building.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. That is amazing. And it certainly serves a diverse population, right? Tell me a little bit about the kind of people that you see in your store.
Well, you got lots of Yale professors and grad students, and then there's a big Hasidic community right behind us. So you have a lot of Jewish people. And then there's lots of students from University of New Haven, Southern Connecticut, Yale. And then we just have the neighborhood people that live around us. And one side of us is very Jewish, the other side of us is very Black, and everyone sort of gets together, and really it's a pretty diverse clientele we have.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's quite the community, Diane. You know what I love when I go in there, if people know each other and they say hello, and it really is a meeting place as well. It's unique. It's unique. Yeah.
We'll invite you to come down when you have time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think I've actually been in that store. It's been a long time, but back when we were expanding, we started Natural Nutmeg, obviously, just in Hartford County. And then within a couple of years, we expanded, we distribute statewide now. So when we were looking at locations for New Haven and Fairfield County, we definitely stopped in and looked around, but it's been a few years. So I'll definitely have to make another trip down there for sure. So give us kind of the lay of the land. When you walk through the doors at Edge of the Woods Market, what will people find?
Well, you're going to walk right into our produce department, which is fairly extensive. We work pretty hard. There's about 5 people that work many hours to keep that up to speed. I actually go to market 5 or 6 days a week in my truck and try to pick out good stuff.
Mm.
And that feeds into the dairy department, grocery department, bulk foods. Toward the front of the store is where we have our bakery, cafe, kitchen, deli. Then on the second floor, we have vitamins, herbs, health and beauty aids, and another dining area. In a nutshell.
And a little gift enclave there with,
Yeah, yeah.
with aromatherapy and candles. And it's like every corner you take, there's a nook and cranny of something like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. I didn't know you had that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
actually think you are the largest, maybe only vegetarian market in Connecticut.
Oh, for sure, in Connecticut,
purely
for sure. In New
vegetarian.
England, probably.
Yes.
We,
Yeah.
45 years ago, we started vegetarian, and that philosophy never changed. And we continue to be that.
Right.
Mm.
What inspired that for you to become a vegetarian?
It was my lifestyle. I follow yogic diet, yogic lifestyle, and being vegetarian was part of that. And so I felt it was a healthy way to live and also was a holistic way to live. So, I can't do things which aren't, are against my ideology.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes perfect sense for sure. So I hear that you also meditate daily.
I do. I
Yep.
spend anywhere from, probably an hour to an hour and a half a day meditating. And I play music. I play kirtan. I play devotional music, maybe almost that much time also. And then if there's time left, I try to do some yoga, which I do, but some I do it begrudgingly.
Well, I'll tell you, as a business owner and entrepreneur, that's key. And that's why they've been in business, I think, 45 years, as a family unit, because of
We get
meditation.
along pretty well.
Yes.
Also, we got good staff, a lot of good people who rub elbows with us every day.
Yeah. Well, I can totally attest to the whole meditation thing and being a business owner for sure. I mean, it's, there are times, especially over the last couple of years, when you need something to ground you and, just, get you out of your head and all, the crazy things you could think and just, dealing with all the stress and, being an entrepreneur. I mean, on a regular basis, being an entrepreneur is stressful. And I'm sure running and managing a store like that for sure. And then compound it with, everything that's been going on for the last couple of years for sure. That adds a whole nother level. And it's great to see that you guys are flourishing because there were a lot of health food stores and other stores that have gone out of business. I mean, I can't tell you how many yoga studios have closed and all of that. So again, I think that's just, that just goes to show what a staple you are in the community. And, obviously people are coming and supporting you, and that's fantastic for sure.
It's a good shop. We have good people working there and good spots. It's nice.
That's important about the good people working there, the knowledgeable people, because when you go up to the vitamin shop, how many people get lost in other stores? They don't know what to buy, what the best brand is. And about 30, 40 years ago, a couple of naturopath doctors that I knew would say, don't buy your vitamins from me, go to Edge of the Woods. They're less expensive and you purchase the best brands. So that's how I came to know Edge of the Woods, by buying my vitamins there. Yeah. And everywhere you go, whether it's the produce or upstairs for vitamins, there are people to answer questions. And that's so important. You don't have to hunt anyone down and they know what they're talking about. Yeah,
it really is. And it is confusing. I mean, when you think about it, and it's not just supplements. I mean, food in general sometimes can be confusing for people. They don't know, like, what should I, does everything have to be organic? Do I, what should I buy? Well, I've never seen this vegetable before. What do I do with it? That kind of thing. And so it's so great, I think, to have a market like this where people can come in, they can, it's like Cheers, right? Like everybody knows your name. And you
Maybe
can
not quite that crazy.
Yeah. everybody's more mellow and calm because they all meditate in there. That's what it is. But I mean, just that friendly, vibe. I think everyone is looking for that now. Everyone's tired of kind of just all the big box stores, big grocery
Yeah.
stores. You want to go somewhere where the owner and the people that work there, and they are knowledgeable and they can help you with all kinds of questions that you have. And it really seems like it's a one-stop shop. I mean, it wasn't, it's not just the market. You have a whole nother level, almost like a spa on the second floor from what you were telling me. So people can go for all different reasons.
Yes. And the prepared foods are so good.
Yeah, we have a nice Brazilian chef who gets there every morning very early. And so she makes hot foods. That we have a hot food bar, and she, at 11 o'clock, that opens up. And it's really good home cooking.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Diane, the smell of those caramelized onions when they're making wraps and the edge burger, it's, yeah, like I want one now.
So are you going to give us that recipe? What goes into the edge burger? Because I know it's not beef.
Nothing in that store is beef.
Can't share that. You got to come try it yourself.
Okay. So everybody who's listening, they got to go down and check that out for sure. But that's awesome. It's great for the college community, right? Because people can just come right in and have lunch. And I'm sure they're getting better food at your place than they probably are in their cafeteria.
And we have a nice juice bar. We can do sandwiches, smoothies. So it's a really diverse operation.
And the carrot cake. Oh my
the
gosh, the
bakery's
best. The
I
best
bet.
I've ever had.
I bet
Yeah.
that's awesome. So
And
let's
what's
talk. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, it's just that you do have signs on things. I'll say gluten-free or dairy-free or,
That's all. That's all.
Yep.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
there.
Yep. Yeah, that's really important now too. People have so many food sensitivities or allergies, you want to know
exactly.
what do these different products have in there. So let's talk a little bit about the different projects that you do. You do something called the Haiti Project. So tell us about that.
This goes back probably, let's say, 30 years. I went to Haiti, and I've been supporting a children's home down there. And there have been a disaster, which is Haiti's constantly having disasters. And our rent was come due. And with Haiti, you pay a year in advance. And the UN needed a big place. So the UN outbid us for our space. And I went down there to try to find a piece of land we could build on. And we didn't right then, but within 3 or 4 months, we had found a place. We put up a school, and then we expanded the school. And then I met a nun who was actually in the Dominican Republic, and she then transferred to Haiti. And we've helped her build schools and have a children's home. We used to go there to do medical projects. I would go as a pharmacist. My wife is a nurse. And we would go with doctors and other nurses, and we would go out in rural areas and do clinics. We did that for many, many years. Or recently, I've been down there a couple of years ago. It's not very safe to go there right now. It's just, being a white person in Haiti, it's just like you're going to get kidnapped or
Oh gosh.
held for ransom. That's the state of affairs right now in Haiti. But we have a children's home we support. There's got, I think, 34 children right now. And this nun I was mentioning, she's a fine musician, so she has all the kids playing pianos and guitars and drums and violins and oboes. It's amazing. She sent me a video the other day, and she has five of her children now are part of the Port-au-Prince Symphony. So she was very proud of that.
Wow, that's awesome.
These are kids who are 14, 15 years old now, are musicians. They're accomplished enough to actually play with the city symphony.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, to give people all those different opportunities for sure. Yeah, that's got to be really rewarding.
Yeah. So we send down care packages. These big vans go to these big boxes go down. They're full of instruments. That's what she asked for mostly. Instruments for the kids.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, the fact that they can learn something like that and get involved in music at a young age is fantastic. I mean, I know so many people in this country that never played an instrument, never got involved with music. And there's just so many benefits to it. I mean, you learn so much by learning an instrument.
So healing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you play instruments?
I grew up playing the clarinet.
You did.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
Yep. And I was a dancer actually. So I kind of went back and forth. I took dance lessons, through college and up into my early 20s for sure. But it was so funny. I was having this conversation with two friends of mine in Florida. They're people we just met through our new magazine. And they were telling us the story about how they were taking dance lessons for their wedding, and the instructor fired them because they couldn't find the beat. Neither one of them could find the beat. And my first question to them was, did either of you play an instrument? And they both said no. And I said, okay, did either of you take dance lessons? And they both said no. And I'm like, interesting. Because that's where you learn it, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, just, I'm not saying that having rhythm is the be all end all, but it certainly helps. And but that's funny. So your Edge of the Woods market is definitely a family owned business. Your whole family pretty much plays a role there. Tell us a little bit about what they do.
Well, my wife, she always was running the office of the store, but now she's run the office from home. My oldest son is a grocery buyer, and he's in there many, many nights renovating. He's always fixing things. My youngest son is more cerebral. He does the counting, bookkeeping. My grandson happens to be very good with computers. So he runs our computer system, setting up online shopping. That's what she's been working on the last year, which is about done. Then I have a granddaughter when she comes in, is very good cashier. I think she's 13 right now.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Yeah, that is amazing because, a lot of times kids just don't have any interest in what their parents' business is, let alone the grandchildren.
They like come in. We have two granddaughters. They come in, they'll help stock or very like the one realized the cashier.
Oh, that's awesome.
They also will come here and enter things in the computer for my wife. So they're and on many levels, they're involved in the store.
Yeah.
Everybody is. It isn't like anyone is sitting in an office and doing their work. I mean, I walk in there most times, and your sons, they're stocking the shelves. They're very involved, hands-on, physical.
We stay on the floor, so we interact with people.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think
no one walks by me without getting a hello.
That's the secret sauce.
I was just going to say that.
Yes.
I was just going to say that it's that personal touch that's what people love and they crave, like I said, especially now more than ever, I think. And I would say that's probably the secret to your success for sure.
Yeah, I think that helps. That helps.
Yeah.
You got to treat people with great respect.
Yeah.
And they feel it and they respect the story.
And they know you're so genuine. I mean, he's just Peter, he's the meditator. He's the whole family is very holistic, and that comes through.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And the fact that what you're selling, you believe in.
Yeah, we have a nice time with customers. It's a nice place.
Yeah. And you have to have fun too. You have to have fun. So let's talk about new beginnings. What do you have in store for 2022?
Well, we're just getting ready to renovate our whole juice bar and kitchen. I just finished up building a new hot bar. So when the COVID hit, we stopped doing self-service foods. So then I had a smaller hot bar, which we put in place right away. And I just finished up again, a full 8-foot hot food bar. So it's going to be all service now due to COVID, but so the whole front end is going to be renovated.
Did you build that yourself?
I did, yeah. In my spare time, on my days off, I'm in the garage building.
When?
That's actually therapy. There's no phone, there's no interruptions. It's just focused work, and I kind of like that. It's the first real building project I've done in many years.
Wow.
Over the years, I actually built all the shelving for the store that exists today. All the wood shelving I created.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. So you have that, and then is there anything else?
We're actually going to become an online store. That's going to happen right away.
Yeah. So tell me about that. Like what will people be able to buy in the online store?
I think about anything we have in the store. It's, the whole store will be included. So that's where my grandsons come into it. He spent the last year putting this all together. And I think they're just about ready to launch now, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a few little pieces to the website, but I think it's just about ready to go.
That is awesome. Yeah.
So will you be shipping? You'll be shipping like nationwide? Can you ship?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
okay.
Then
All right.
we'll figure that out as we get to it. But yeah, we'll be able to
I
share.
love that.
Yeah.
I love
Well, that'll
that.
be great for people and even just, locally for sure. I mean, let's say you don't feel
Oh,
like going
wow.
out sometime, or even like me, for example, I'm in Simsbury. If I want something and it's 45, 50 minutes to get to New Haven on a good day without traffic.
Right.
So yeah, people from all over the state certainly could take advantage of that for sure. That's wonderful.
And I'm thinking about the new year where everyone wants to, again, I mentioned eating healthy and taking their vitamins. So if you have an online store, someone could call someone in the vitamin department and say, what would you recommend? And then they could order it.
A little bit tricky. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
Hmm.
I'm not sure we're allowed to actually, we're not doctors, so I don't think we
Yeah, you
prescribe
can't
that way. So we
prescribe.
got to be careful with that.
You could suggest.
Yeah,
You could
it's sort of ways to slip around it. But yeah,
Right.
I quite often think that people need to have initially need to have in-person visits to really get a
Mhm.
feel for what
Right.
they need.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you go to the naturopath doctor and then decide what.
Well,
they need.
that's what happened with me. At the naturopath doctors told me what to buy, and then I bought it from you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think you get busy in January, February, that first quarter. Don't
Yeah, it's
people are-
actually the busiest time of the year is the first quarter for us.
It is,
Mhm.
yeah. It's those
Yep.
New Year's resolutions.
I was just going to say,
I'm
everyone
gonna-
has everyone has the best intentions, and then what happens?
Yeah, I hear that about what the gyms of the world that don't park there. You can't, there's no place to park January through March, but after
Too-
that. There's
It's
plenty of
easy.
parking.
Oh gosh, I've seen it I've seen it dwindle after like 2 weeks at some of the
Mhm.
gyms I've been in. By like January 20th, it's half the
Right.
amount of people that started on the 2nd or 3rd.
The best intentions. Well, people need to eat. That's the one thing people need to do. And if they want to change their diet and eat a healthier, have a healthier lifestyle, it's so easy to do it at Edge of the Woods
That's it.
because you
Yeah.
can't make a wrong decision. I mean, everything is
Yeah,
there.
there's good products there. The junk's been
Sure.
taken out. It's supermarket
Right.
junk.
Right.
I love that because I'm not going to mention any names, but there are certainly health food stores that big commercial ones that you go in that people think, oh, I can buy anything in here and it's going to be great. And I have walked
Mhm.
around these aisles many, many times and seen stuff in there that I couldn't believe and that I wouldn't eat. And it's just makes you sad almost because it's almost false marketing because you're promoting yourself as the store that, oh, come in here, everything's healthy, you can get organic, and all of our products are great. Well, no, they're not. You have to really be careful and read labels. So it's
Yeah.
fantastic that someone can come into your store and really not have to worry about that. Like you said, you can't make a wrong decision. It's really just finding, what you like, maybe experiencing some new
Yeah.
things, but
Yeah.
no matter what you pick up in there, everything is going to be healthy and you don't have to worry about, garbage ingredients, toxic ingredients, that kind of thing. And you know what, that takes a lot of work to be able to create a store like that. I mean, I just know it from simply like trying to look at labels on anything from, like protein bars or even protein powder or any kind of stuff like that, even regular products, to be able to understand everything that's in them on the label. I can't even imagine having a store and, the amount of work that goes into making sure that every product in there is clean. That's
Well, it's hard.
fantastic.
We run things upstairs to our people in the vitamin department asking, what is this ingredient?
Mhm.
Yeah, sometimes because you just don't know.
I
And
know.
we have people upstairs who are very knowledgeable and they give us heads up on whether this works or not.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's great.
I know I was looking for being a vegetarian myself. I was looking for some protein, something a little bit different. And Marianne, who manages,
Yeah.
she said, have you tried this pumpkin seed? And it's like, no, I never did. But boy, was that delicious. Yeah. So I'm a fan of that. I love learning new things.
I think
like
Mary Ann
that.
put an article in the paper.
Yes.
not too
Oh,
long
she
ago.
did.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. She did. She did. Yep. That's
So
awesome.
knowledgeable. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So what, Joyce, I think you told me your favorite product or food at Edge of the Woods
Yes.
Market is the carrot cake.
yes, you have to bring that up first, right? Well, it's really the Edge Burger is
Oh,
really
that's right.
my favorite. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, the muffaletta.
Muffaletta, yeah.
Muffaletta. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh. Yeah, that's
It's a good
those
sandwich.
are my favorites. And the salads that are prepackaged also. I just take it home. But out of the desserts, and my son happens to be quite the carrot cake connoisseur. He never, even when I make it, well, it's not quite there, it's not quite there. I brought him home a slice of yours because they sell it by the slice also. And my son said, this is the best carrot cake I've ever tasted. And he's so picky. He has never said that before. So yeah, it's the carrot cake.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Peter, what is your favorite food in the market?
Well, I'm a little partial to the vegetables. I buy them, and I'm partial to, what I do with that. So I happen to have a wife who's a magnificent chef. So we partake in lovely food here on a
Yep.
daily basis.
Yep.
I enjoy the tofu. I'm not quite as big a dessert person as you are. And again, I don't eat sandwiches, so when I'm at the store, I'll partake from the hot bar,
Mhm.
which is always nice. Our
Oh,
Brazilian
the
chef
hot bar.
is
Mhm.
lovely. It's not just cooking, it's what the energy she puts in the food is so nice.
The
Yep.
energy she puts in the
Well,
food. I
you know
love
what? That could be
Yeah.
a whole nother podcast because
Oh my God.
we all know what you mean by that.
Yes.
Like literally that, food is
Yes.
energy, and just the way that you prepare it, there's energy around that and all of that. But I bet that's something a lot of people have never even heard or
Yeah.
certainly thought of before.
Yeah,
Oh,
people have got to be in good spirit if they're cooking, because it comes right
Yes.
through. If you're in bad spirit, you can make people's stomach upset.
Mhm. It's amazing. It is just
It is
amazing.
true.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
If you ever met
Yep.
Marguerite, I mean, she does everything with such love and
She's lovely.
passion,
Yeah.
and she's so happy when you like something, or she'll say, taste this, and yeah,
Yeah.
She's
I
a
love
bitch.
that. She really is.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So is there anything else you want our listeners to know?
Well, sometimes becoming a vegetarian might seem daunting, but if people want to come in, I always give tours of the store and give ideas of how to start, how to get your protein. And it's not just me, there's other staff members be glad to help people figure out how to change their diets.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, thank you both for being with me today.
Thank
Again,
you.
Thank you for having us.
yeah, Peter Dodge and Joyce Logan from Edge of the Woods Market. The website is www.eotwm.com. And again, they are located at 379 Whaley Avenue in New Haven, Connecticut. And I hope everybody has a chance to stop in and meet you guys for sure and get a taste of all the amazing food that you have in there. And again, thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you,
Okay.
Diane. We look forward to
Bye-bye.
meeting everyone.
Nice to see you.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks so much, listeners, for us today. This podcast lives on our website, www.naturalnutmeg.com, and it'll be blasted out to everyone. Hope you all have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.